cleaning business based out of Minnesota called Bubbles and Buckets, and I want to go over some questions that I get asked a lot. Do I charge by the job or do I charge hourly? For me, I charge by the job. It works best. I have played around with both systems. When I first started, I charged hourly and then switched over to a flat rate. Of course, it's more if it's a one-time cleaning or a first-time deep clean, and then the maintenance cleanings will be less. But for me, it just works best to charge by the job. Do I have employees? I have tested this out. I found one woman that is the best in this entire world. She was an angel sent from heaven to me. We don't work together anymore. I sent her on her own with the clientele because it just got to be too much for me to manage my business, my social media content, and all of that. So she's on her own now. I don't have employees anymore. For now, I like it just me. I have very high standards when it comes to cleaning. I pretty much do a deep clean every single time I go to someone's house, whether it's bi-weekly or monthly. So for me to expect that from other people, I don't think is very fair because it is taxing on the body. So for me, it's just me. So maybe one day that will change. I know a lot of people want a Bubbles and Buckets cleaner in their area, and that may change, but we're just going to keep it simple right now. What kind of products do I use? Most of you probably know what I use. When I first started, I used a ton of chemicals, a ton. And I'm pretty sure I burned my lungs a couple of times with certain products. So over the past 2 to 3 years, I've been transitioning to toxic-free products. So my go-tos are eCloth, Force of Nature, Dr. Bronner's products, and then just tools, whether it's a plastic razor scraper, a cleaning pumice stone, steel wool. So between my natural products and then the tools, those two combined do an amazing job when it comes to cleaning a house. So I provide all of the products. If there's something that other people want me to use, I would be open to it as long as it's not anything harsh or full of a bunch of toxins. I know we're around them all the time, but I try to eliminate them as much as possible. And then a few of my clients do supply Force of Nature for me. So that's super helpful. So I don't have to dig into my supply because I go through it super fast. So I have a few clients that do that. And when it comes to vacuums, for the most part, all of my clients provide the vacuum. I have enough vacuums though to have one specifically for each home. So I do have a couple houses where I bring a specific vacuum. I have a vacuum problem, but it just makes it easier so then I don't have to disinfect the vacuum every single time and go through that whole thing. So if I do bring my vacuum with, it's pretty much one specifically for that client's house. How many houses do I clean per day? 1. I only have about 10 clients, so I'm not cleaning every single day. I have now 2 that are bi-weekly. So I don't clean every single day, but I can't fit more than 1 house in per day. Again, it's just me. I am very thorough. It's hard for me to walk past a mess. So whether it's on a door, a baseboard, yesterday I was cleaning some smudges off my client's wall, not because they asked, but it's just something that I'm going to do if I see it and I can safely remove it from the wall without damaging the paint. It's very hard for me to walk away from a spot and not clean it. So for me, it is impossible for me to clean 2 houses in a day. I'm just super thorough. So being that most of my houses are close to 4,000 square feet, I am there for 5.5 to 6.5 hours for most of my houses. So 1 house per day is plenty for me. Are my clients home when I clean their house or do I kick them out? For one, I would never kick them out. And for the most part, most of my clients are home. Some of them are home with their little ones. Other ones work from home. Other ones are just home. And it doesn't bother me at all. We just swap levels when needed and it works. I know there are cleaners out there that prefer their clients not to be home, and I totally understand. There are some people who need to get more than 1 house done per day and they need to get like in and out, no chit chat, nothing. So I totally respect that, understand it. But for me, I just have 1 house a day, so it does not bother me that my clients are home. I actually love seeing them. Pretty much family now. So for us, it's kind of normal for me to catch up with most of my clients. So definitely don't mind that they're home. Do cleaners expect tips? No, we do not. And you don't have to feel bad if you don't tip. Is it nice? Of course, we appreciate it, but you don't ever have to feel like you have to tip. Like, that's just, if you can't tip, it's okay. So don't feel guilty. Last thing for now, where did I find my clientele? And I think this question will be good for cleaners and also clients. So when I first started, I posted to local neighborhood Facebook pages. I never paid for a lead. So for me, that worked out amazing. That's where all my clientele came from. Now, if you are a client looking for a cleaner, I highly recommend also checking out those pages and just search house cleaner. You'll see a ton of referrals probably that pop up, and then just make some calls and figure out who's going to work best for you. I hope this helps. I hope it helps clear some things up with the questions that you guys have had. If you have any other questions, post them below. I would be happy to answer them for you.